So after that, I saw Infinity Pool, the new film directed by Brandon Cronenberg, David Cronenberg's son. I'm a big fan of David Cronenberg. I reviewed his movie from last year, Crimes of the Future, and I gave it a pretty positive review. Uh, it's if you want to see my review on it, it's in my archives. I reviewed it back in October. As far as like the 500 horror movies I reviewed in the month of October. Uh, yeah, I had heard of this movie briefly. As far as like, I remember when hearing about upcoming horror movies for 2023, I'd heard this title, and I wasn't really given much of a description, but I heard it's supposed to be really fucking weird. And then I was like, and then and then I saw it was coming to my theater. I saw it on a listing like about a month ago for movies that were coming out this weekend. I'm like, oh, all right. I was like, I remember hearing about that movie, and I'm like, oh, it's a David or Brandon Cronenberg movie, the son of David Cronenberg. All right. I I know he made a movie called Possessor a couple years ago. I didn't see it. I heard it was really good. I never got around to watching it. I've heard his movies are a lot like his dad's. I was like, all right, and I was like, if his movies are anything like his dad's, I'm all on board because I love his fucking dad's work, and he's like I said with Martin McDonough, he's a director. If you know, if you are a big fan of David Cronenberg, you know what you're getting. You know what kind of movie you're getting. It's not for everyone, but it is. If you are a fan of it, you'll if you like one of his movies, you usually like most of his movies, um, because you know what you're getting. Um, man, sorry, my nose is like, but yeah, and then I got a trailer for this. Like, what the hell did I get a trailer for this? I can't remember when I did, but it was like a while back, and I remember going, huh, that don't look bad. It don't look too bad. And did I get in front of Skinamarink? Oh my god, please tell me I didn't fucking get in front of Skid. I might have. No, I didn't. I don't fucking remember when I did fucking where. But yeah, this is a movie that I don't think anybody knew about because like there's maybe two or three people in this fucking theater, and it's like number 8 at the box office. The only major release really that came out this weekend. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I think movie studios are trying to kill the movie theater business. I'm pretty sure they are. They're just like actively trying. Like the state of my movie theater is really sad. It is really. If that fucking theater goes down, I'm fucking gonna be really depressed. I've had that theater since I've been a child. Like I've been going to that movie theater since I was a kid. I'm afraid that movie theater is gonna be shut down eventually. They're a good business weekend this weekend, but barely anybody at this one. But what did I think of Infinity Pool? I liked it. It's like as far as the horror movies this year, this is up there with Megan as one of the better ones this year. Definitely is. I had a lot of fun. I've heard people say that this is one of the worst movies. This is the movie I could tell is gonna be like polarizing. People will think it's just gonna be a straight up horror movie, and they're gonna be kind of disappointed in what they probably think it's gonna be. Uh, and I, like I said, I enjoyed it for what it was. And I've heard people say, "Oh, it's one of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen," dude. If you haven't seen Skinamarink, then shut the fuck up and don't talk to me. If you think this is one of the worst movies you've ever seen, this is fucking goddamn high art, and it really is. Uh, compared to like fucking shit like Skinamarink. Uh, yeah, I really liked this movie. I had a lot of fun. The acting was really good. Bill or Alexander Skarsgård, it's really fucking fun as this guy who kind of really grows that be obsessed with this world that takes place in this resort in this island and all these really crazy shit that's going on. If you don't know what the plot is, all right, fucking uh, buckle your seatbelts for this shit. So the plot is Alex Skarsgård and his girlfriend or his wife, sorry, are a couple. He's a writer of a book that like really nobody read, and he is trying to figure out his next book to write. He wants to have like find some inspiration, so he goes on a resort on like a remote island with his wife, and as they find out for this movie, this island is like run by this weird government that has these weird rules. It basically at one point the guy Alex Skarsgård uh, is driving a car and actually hits a person and kills them, and because of that, the rule is no matter what you do, no matter what crime you do, you have to be executed. Yeah, this is that kind of government where no matter what crime, even if it's the most petty crime, I think they even said like if you are possession of drugs, you get executed. It's no matter what you do, you get fucking executed. But there is a rule. There's a asterisk to that rule because if you have enough money, you can uh, go into this. I don't know what the fuck it do or be involved in this procedure where they can create a body double who has the same feelings that you do and the same memories that you do, and that body double can be executed instead of you in your place. I'm not making that shit up. That is the plot of the movie, and so it's a movie that like it's a wild plot. Like wow, that's definitely original. Um, and Alex Skarsgård is really good in the movie, but the fucking star of the movie, easily the star of the movie, is Mia Goth. God damn, Mia Goth is like one of my favorite actresses out there nowadays. Not just my favorite horror actress. The fact that she didn't even get fucking nominated for Oscars shows that for Pearl just shows that I don't know what to say about the Oscars anymore. They don't like horror movies. They do not. They do not recognize horror movies. I don't know why. Horror movies are a genre. No matter what you want to fucking think, they are a genre. But yeah, Mia Goth is fucking awesome in this movie. Like she is like really good in this movie, and then like especially the last half when she goes like batshit like over the top. It is awesome. I love that this girl is like not afraid to do anything in horror in movies anymore. She like she's like man she this girl is awesome. I love her to death. It's her performance in this movie is a lot of fun, especially the last half of it. It's really a lot of fun. I loved her in this movie. Um, like I said, the movie is pretty unique. The plot is definitely unique. I kind of thought that this movie could have done a lot more with this concept than it did. Like, if that makes any sense. Because like this movie is reliant on this is the first movie I've ever seen where there was a warning in front of the movie before the movie started about if you are epileptic, do not watch this. Basically, they told you do not fucking watch this movie. I can tell you right now, there's a lot of like scenes where there's just flashing imageries and stuff like this, especially like a lot of drug sequence, like people on drug sequences where they're seeing all these weird imagery and shit like that. Stuff's flashing in front of your eyes, and it just keeps going and going. There's a lot of that in this movie. That even like kind of gets kind of pointless at point in times. It's just like whatever. It feels like all right, come on. It's like kind of almost a couple times almost slows the movie down. I feel sometimes. Um, but like there are point times where like I was thinking, I was like, this is another movie. I was trying to figure out where the fuck this was going, as far as like what was the end result. I thought this was something I thought that they were gonna because basically as long as you're rich, you can continue to commit crimes as long as you want, and you won't really see any repercussions as long as you have money. And so you see these characters because there's basically me Goff and Alex Skarsgård join a few other characters on this island, and they start committing a lot of crimes, and they take enjoyment out of doing these crimes and then watching their body doubles end up being executed right in front of them. And they, I thought one of the directions I thought they could have gone in this movie, and it's pretty. I thought about this in like maybe 2 seconds. It took me 2 seconds to think of this idea. I thought they were going to go in a direction that like maybe they would keep spending money after money after money, doing all these crimes and spending all this money, and eventually the money would run dry, and they would find that their all their actions would catch up to them, and eventually they would try to commit one more crime, and then they'd run out of money, and then they'd be fucking executed. I thought that was where it was going. I thought that would be kind of cool. That would like almost a Tales from the Crypt kind of like twist on the like ending. But they didn't do that. They did go in a direction I did see coming a little bit, but I thought there's other different directions they could have gone. The movie kind of ends as a whimper of an ending. Like after like all this buildup of like trying to figure out how this movie was gonna end, it kind of just has a little bit of a letdown ending. I thought just a little bit. What other fucking I want to talk about this one? I think that's about it. I don't know. Shit, there's something else that did kind of bug me about this movie. I'm trying to fucking remember now. God damn it. I should start taking notes. But yeah, I recommend the movie. I thought it was fun for what it was. Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not a movie I absolutely love or anything. But I definitely had fun watching it. It's definitely original. Oh yeah, now I know what I wanted to say. So this movie was kind of a letdown for me, a little bit of a letdown for me, because this movie was hyped up a lot. Because every time I heard about this movie, there was a lot of articles about how this movie was presented to the MPAA. It was given an NC-17 because it was so loud and so crazy and so graphic and so gory. And like even Mia Goth was doing interviews like she was shocked at the stuff that was happening in this movie. It's like, all right, I've got to be like, they basically kept promising, yeah, don't worry. Even if this is rated R, it's gonna push the limits on what you're about to see. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, this is one of those kind of trashy movies that I like, get every so often every year, and I don't know if I'm desensitized as far as like these movies go. This movie wasn't that bad as far as like the violence, especially the violence. Like I've seen worse, way worse, more fucked up shit in this movie. I think the most fucked up thing in this movie I saw was Mia Goth breastfeeding Alex Skarsgård, and that's about it. I mean, I saw Barbarian, where a fucking wrinkly ass old woman was breastfeeding fucking Justin Long. That was more gross than this. I don't mind. I don't mind seeing Mia Goth topless. It ain't really that disturbing. I'm sorry, that sounds awful. But I've seen the girl naked a lot lately over the last year or so. I love Mia Goth. That girl's so really good. She's a really good actress. I mean that a lot. She's an awesome actress. Like she had a breakout year last year, and it's like I hope she continues. I'm hoping Maxine comes out eventually this year. I think it is supposed to come out this year. The last film in the X trilogy. Yeah, I recommend Infinity Pool. It was fun. Yeah, that's as far as the movies go this weekend. I'm sat and finally watched all of them. Next weekend, I looked it up what the hell next weekend it was. It's Knock at the Cabin, which I'm looking forward to. What's that fucking... There's an animated movie called Amazing Maurice. Never even heard of this. Apparently it's like based off like a really popular kids bestseller, international kids bestseller. I've never heard of it. Anybody? Yeah, Amazing Maurice. That's what it is. And 80 for Brady. And so I'll have reviews for all three of those next weekend. It might be some maybe on Friday, some on Monday, because I will work all week next weekend. All weekend next weekend. I'll probably have a lot of them on Monday. Not this Monday, but the next Monday after. So expect those then. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.